Welcome back to our channel, everyone. Today, we're going to be talking about one of history's most influential works of philosophy, Marcus Aurelius' Meditations. So grab your copy of Meditations and join me for this series, where we explore the timeless wisdom contained within its pages. Let's begin our adventure. Here are some affirmations you can say after reading each section. Feel free to adapt them to fit your needs. You can use them as journal prompts or discussion questions. So, without further ado, let's dive into the first section of Book 1 of Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Accept what happens with serenity. Welcome to the first section of Book 1 of Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. In this book, Aurelius reflects on various aspects of life, death, anger, and the pursuit of wisdom. As we begin this journey through his profound thoughts, let's consider the affirmation associated with this section. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Accept what happens with serenity. These words hold deep meaning and invite us to examine our ability to control our reactions in the face of external circumstances. Aurelius, the Roman emperor and renowned Stoic philosopher, penned Meditations as a personal record of his reflections and insights on life. Now let's delve into section 1, focusing on the affirmation, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Accept what happens with serenity. Marcus Aurelius begins his Meditations with a powerful statement, setting the tone for the entire book. The opening lines, "Everything that happens has two handles, one by which it can be endured, the other by which it can be abandoned," encapsulate the central theme of this section, the power of perspective in shaping our experiences. He emphasizes that every situation, whether positive or negative, presents us with two ways of approaching it. We can choose to hold on tightly to specific outcomes, or let go and adapt to whatever unfolds. In the second paragraph, he writes, "The chief task in life is to separate things into two buckets, those that are in our control and those that are not." This idea underscores the importance of self-awareness and self-control. By recognizing what is within our power to influence and what is not, we can avoid unnecessary stress and anxiety. Aurelius encourages us to focus our attention and energy on the things we can control, such as our thoughts, actions, and reactions. Rather than worrying about external factors beyond our grasp, he goes on to remind us that things that are not in our control. Aurelius points out that many of the things we worry about are ultimately beyond our influence. External events, the actions of others, and even our own past experiences are all examples of things that we cannot directly control. By acknowledging this reality, we free ourselves from the burden of trying to exert our will on events that are simply beyond our reach. Continuing his train of thought, Aurelius writes, "Let this be your test to see if you've understood properly. Do you feel at peace? Does everything fit together harmoniously?" This passage serves as a call to action, urging us to apply these teachings to our everyday lives. By asking ourselves these questions, we can assess whether we have truly grasped the essence of the philosophy espoused by Marcus Aurelius. Living in harmony with nature means accepting the limitations and uncertainties of human existence. Aurelius reminds us that we are part of a vast cosmic order, and that our lives are subject to the same natural laws that govern the universe. Death, like birth, is a natural part of this cycle and should be embraced as a necessary and inevitable stage in the journey of life. And so concludes the first section of Book 1 in Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. As we reflect on Aurelius's words, let us embrace the lessons they offer with serenity. May we strive to live in accordance with nature, accepting both the joys and challenges that life presents. Let's now move on to the second section of Book 1 of Meditations. Here is the affirmation for this section. You are the one who chooses to feel insulted, to feel indignant, to feel angry. You are the one who chooses to give weight to words or events by taking them seriously. You are the one who chooses to make light of what is serious and to make a joke of what is laughable. You are the one who chooses to persist in wrongdoing and repeat the same mistakes. This section explores the nature of our emotions and the power we have over our reactions to external events. Aurelius encourages us to examine our thoughts and choices, recognizing that we often have more control over our emotional responses than we realize. Aurelius begins this section by stating, "He who is everywhere is also within you." This line implies that the divine or rational principle that permeates the universe is also present within each of us. By connecting with this inner divinity, we can find strength and guidance in our daily lives. He urges us to recognize that this inner divinity is not separate from us, but resides within our own being. He continues, "You are the one who chooses to feel insulted, to feel indignant, to feel angry." With these words, Aurelius challenges us to confront our tendency to react emotionally to external stimuli. He suggests that our feelings of anger or resentment are not necessarily caused by the events themselves, but by our interpretation and judgment of those events. Furthermore, Aurelius writes, "You are the one who chooses to give weight to words or events by taking them seriously." Here, he emphasizes the role of our perception in shaping our experiences. What we choose to take seriously can become a source of stress and suffering. By examining our tendencies to take things personally, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and our emotional patterns. Moving forward, Aurelius states, "You are the one who chooses to persist in wrongdoing and repeat the same mistakes." This line highlights our capacity for self-awareness and personal growth. We have the ability to recognize our mistakes and choose to correct our behavior. By acknowledging our wrongdoings and committing to improvement, we can break cycles of harmful behavior and cultivate a better path forward. This section of Meditations ends with a powerful reminder about the fleeting nature of time. Aurelius writes, "It is up to you to decide what you will be tomorrow." These words emphasize the importance of conscious living and personal responsibility. Each day is an opportunity for growth and self-reflection. By recognizing the brevity of life, we are inspired to make the most of the present moment and shape our future selves. As we conclude this exploration of the second section of Book 1 in Meditations, let's embrace the wisdom Aurelius shares with us. Recognizing our ability to control our thoughts and reactions empowers us to navigate life's challenges with greater serenity. Now let's move on to the third section of Book 1 of Meditations. Here is the affirmation for this section. You could have died yesterday. You did not. You did not die. Why do you fear death? What is death? It is nothing but the breath, the respiration of the universe. This section delves into the contemplation of death and the impermanence of life. Aurelius invites us to confront our mortality and reflect on the brevity of our existence in the grand scheme of the universe. The opening lines of this section pose a profound question. You could have died yesterday. You did not. You did not die. Why do you fear death? By contemplating our own mortality, we are reminded of the preciousness of life and the uncertainty of the future. As we continue reading, Aurelius writes, "It is certain that death is inevitable." This statement reinforces the universality of death, emphasizing that it is a common experience that all humans must eventually face. Accepting this truth allows us to approach death with greater tranquility and wisdom. Moving forward, Aurelius reminds us that all things are born from the same source, and to the same source all things return. This line alludes to the cyclical nature of existence, suggesting that life is but a phase in a larger process of change and transformation. Everything that exists is interconnected and subject to the laws of nature. One of the most famous passages in this section is Aurelius's reflection on the nature of the soul. He writes, "What is death? It is nothing but the breath, the respiration of the universe." This metaphor invites us to view death from a broader perspective, seeing it as an integral part of the natural order. Finally, Aurelius concludes this section with a call to action. He writes, "If you want to improve yourself, stop being mindless." These words serve as a reminder that self-improvement and personal growth are ongoing processes. By cultivating mindfulness and self-awareness, we can better understand ourselves and strive to become our best selves. As we come to the end of this section, let's embrace the profound insights shared by Marcus Aurelius. Contemplating our mortality and the impermanence of life can bring clarity and purpose to our existence. By accepting the natural cycles of life and death, we can find solace and wisdom in the face of adversity. We've reached the end of our journey through the third section of Book 1 in Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. I hope this exploration has provided you with a deeper appreciation for the timeless wisdom contained within this remarkable work. Throughout this section, we have contemplated the inevitability of death and the impermanence of life. Aurelius's profound insights have challenged us to confront our mortality and find meaning in the face of the unknown. If you've enjoyed this exploration and wish to continue your journey through meditations, I invite you to join us next time as we delve into the profound teachings contained within Book 1. Until then, let us carry the lessons of this section with us, embracing the beauty and fragility of life and striving for wisdom in the face of adversity.